guys. Amanda and Hayden. Hey. So we are going to be doing videos, trying workouts, and see how bad we suck. So we're gonna bring our YouTubers along with us on the journey. So we are going to try Pilates today. We have our little DVD going, and we're gonna try it and see how this goes. Hopefully,
we're doing 2 videos.
Let's see. Hopefully,
I'm gonna show you this exercise. It's pretty neat.
It's a success.
Yeah, I was trying to see what this crazy lady on TV is doing. I don't have that thing.
I want that. That looks fun.
Now watch this. This is pretty fun.
We're gonna do YouTube videos. Yeah, I'm recording. Oh shit! Shoot. Yeah. Okay. All right, so we're gonna set our phone.
You can see I was working my legs there, my whole torso, big part of Pilates. Let's see. Here's something else we can do. Yummy. You can see I'm working my legs, my hips, my whole torso so that I can stand up nice and tall. In the 10-minute Pilates studio, we'll talk a little bit more about that, about all of the essential elements of Pilates that you're going to see in every single exercise.
Beginners. Look.
Take a look at this piece of equipment. This is a Wanda chair. I wonder how he came up with that name.
We're stupid.
Okay.
Now this is called hamstring 3.
Hold my feet.
It's not just about your hamstrings. As you can see, it's about all your entire body. Once again, my arms are working, my legs are working. Definitely,
I can't break my neck.
my abdominals are working.
Wait, yeah. I'm flexible.
Yummy, yummy exercise. Let's go take a look at the Cadillac, also known as the trap table. This is the Cadillac.
Oh no. Hayden. Why? Put it back.
But don't worry. It's also called the trap table because of this,
Okay.
a trapeze that we can hook up, but we're not going to use that right now.
All right. Now look, you got it all crooked. Hang on.
Joseph Pilates called it the Cadillac because after he put together all of his specifications, he had it built, and when he saw it for the first time, he said something along the lines of, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful, it's as beautiful as a Cadillac. At least that's how the story goes. Now, this exercise is kind of similar to something that we're going to be doing in the beginning workout called cat backs. Take a look.
Look at this machine.
Pilates is definitely about
bust your forehead wide open.
getting your spine to be more supple. And you sure can't see that in this exercise.
Please let it go.
And then, ooh, working those abdominals always.
That's not nice.
Daddy.
That shit be funny.
Working that leg strength.
Oh, we can do that.
So once again, I could work out my whole body on this one piece of equipment. We'll do other visits to the Pilates studio, and I'll show you around to some of the other pieces of equipment. The thing that's so neat about Pilates is when people come to the studio, children will go, ooh, and adults will say, oh, don't be intimidated by this stuff. In our 10-minute Pilates studio on the tape, you're going to learn everything that you need to know to really be able to do Pilates, whether it's at home on the floor or here in a real Pilates studio. Okay, let's get started.
Let's get started, guys. Woo! The 10-minute Pilates studio. Focus, breathe, be precise. Okay.
Welcome to the Heart of Pilates 10-minute Pilates studio.
Oh, she's sitting like
I want
this.
you to get the most out of the workouts that we've designed for you. And so to do that, you need to understand and be able to use the fundamental principles of Pilates. These principles are the thing that make Pilates so different from any other type of exercise and so effective. There's this funny thing about Pilates. The more you understand about it, the harder things get, in a good way. So the more you keep coming back to this 10-minute Pilates studio, of course, the more you'll remember of these fundamentals, and you'll be able to incorporate
Okay, we're
more
gonna
and
be
more into
totally
your
serious
workouts. And
now.
that will make every exercise you do
We
more
usually go for
effective.
walks. In the afternoon, but
The
it's
fundamentals of
tornadoes
Pilates are the
outside,
thing that I joke about with
so
students
here
when
we
they say,
are.
oh my
Making
gosh,
some
there's so
YouTube
many things to
videos.
think about.
Whoa!
And I said,
Because
yes, there
we're
are. There's
busy.
17 things to think about at any one time. So don't worry about it. You're not going to remember them all.
What cheeks hurt?
Especially right now at the beginning, you're not going to be able to remember everything. So I just want you to remember 3 things. Number 1, focus.
Focus.
Keep your focus, because then you'll remember the next 2 things. Number 2,
Focus,
breathe.
Hayden, focus.
And number
Focus,
3,
Amanda,
be as
focus.
precise as you can with any exercise.
Okay.
Ow, I just
I'll show you what I mean.
We're totally going to be serious right now. Okay. So,
There's an exercise in Pilates and it's called spine twist. I'm going to show you a not very good version of it.
oh, you're going to have to scoop. Just a little bit. Okay, this is pretty easy. I can do this.
So let's see now. What am I not doing? I'm not really focusing. I'm definitely not breathing. You couldn't hear a thing, could you? And I'm certainly not being precise. You could see my arms waving around in front of my body.
Oh, that was how I was
Now
supposed to do
watch as I do spine twist again.
Okay, let's try again.
Wow, how different is this? I'm breathing. That's the impetus for everything that I'm doing. My arms are staying in the same relative position to my body the whole time I do this exercise, and that's vital to spine twist.
That's vital.
I'm being very precise in my movement, and you could see that basically the only thing that was working was my upper body here, and that's what you want to happen.
My legs aren't hairy.
If I couldn't be really precise with my arms too, I would have done this, which really wouldn't let my arms swing. But you can see that's really vital in Pilates. Breathing, being precise, and of course keeping your focus. Now, during any exercise that we do, we're only going to do 6 to 8 repetitions. And you'll notice I don't count them out. I'm not going to tell you at home, here's number 1, number 2, number 3. I'm not going to count it for you like that because I want you to listen to your body. Maybe 3 is all that you can do really well. I would so much rather that you did 3 spine twists beautifully with precision as opposed to 6 or 8 spine twists and you were kind of petering out at the end because it was too much for you. Just do what you can and do 6 to 8 repetitions. Down the road, after you've been doing Pilates for say 2 years, how many repetitions are you going to do?
She says do what you
6
can
to 8. It's still 6 to 8 because then 2 years down the road, you're going to understand so much more about the exercises and you'll be even more focused and more precise in your work. And as I said, it's amazing. The exercises will seem even harder for you then. Now, the next thing, breathing. Huge. Breathing is, it gets us doing everything that we do in life, right? And how do most of us breathe?
I do not recommend
We
it
breathe like this.
because she does not ever shut up.
Did you catch that?
No, I
You
didn't.
probably didn't see anything because I was breathing really shallow. And that's how most of us breathe. We think about breathing as happening somewhere here on the front of our bodies. Now in Pilates, we learn how to breathe a little bit more fully. We breathe in postero-lateral breath, which sounds very technical, but it just means postero.
She's tickling herself.
It's a workout.
She's like
Comes from your powerhouse, from your center.
Amanda, I'm just winging
Abdominal
it.
muscles, I'm holding them in. And it's not like killer. I'm just really drawing them inwards. Now, there are other parts of the powerhouse, other parts of the abdominal muscles that I want you to think about as well. And the main thing is your pelvic floor. Now, women understand this because they often...
Okay. I don't think
Is it just talking, old lady?
Oh, here we
my
go.
hip bones. And then I bring my fingertips together. It's sort of a little V. Now, to make sure that I'm in neutral pelvis when I want to be for an exercise, because some exercises we won't be in neutral. But to make sure that I am, I just take a little look at my hands, and they're basically parallel to the ground. Now, if my fingers are pointing upwards or downwards, I can be pretty sure that I'm not in neutral pelvis. In neutral pelvis, my low back is slightly off the mat, and it totally depends on your body how much it's going to be off the mat. Now watch what happens if I go ahead and press my low back down. Can you see that? My fingers are basically pointing like this. I'm not in neutral. Now what if I really arch my back way up off the ground? Yeah, see? My fingers are pointing downwards. So there we go.
Are we still just talking?
Neutral pelvis. And we're going to be...
She's sniffing her armpit.
Man, this lady never shuts up.
Down here on the
Whew,
floor.
that doesn't look very good, does it? That doesn't...
Oh my God, lady.
Swimming. I'm just going to show it to you for a minute, and then I'll tell you why it's so great.
She's just gonna show it to us.
How about you just show us the workout?
I don't even think it's a freaking
I
workout.
think it is. Okay. Okay, here we go. Intermediate workout. Beginning workout.
That's what we do.
Now, I'm so sure that
Here
you
we
have not
go.
attempted to do this workout without checking into your 10-minute Pilates studio, because you're really going to need to understand and be able to use some of the fundamental principles in this work. I'll kind of be
Okay,
reminding you of
serious.
them in some of the exercises, but it'll be a lot easier for you if you watch 10-minute Pilates studio beforehand. Now, some of these exercises may be a little bit simple for you if you've been doing Pilates for a while. I'll show you some derivations of them so that you can make them a bit tougher. The workout is a little bit more than 20 minutes long, and if you want to, you can just do that and be done with your day, or you can go on to the intermediate level workout. And remember, 6 to 8 repetitions of any exercise, that's what we'll be doing, and you have to do just whatever works for your body. 6, 8, 4, whatever you can do to really keep it precise, and to remember to breathe, and to really focus. Let's get started. Lie down on your back with your knees bent. Your feet and your knees are in line with your hips. I'm starting out in neutral pelvis, so my low back is off the mat. Now, I've got my little V, just like we learn in 10-minute Pilates studio, and I'm sure you've watched it a few times. Taking an inhale, posterolateral. Exhale, drawing my navel to my spine. Following that movement as I press my low back to the mat. Nice. Take another inhale. Exhale, come back to neutral. So my hands should be parallel to the mat. Take another inhale. Exhale, now I'm arching my back. Stay there on the inhale. Exhale, come back to neutral.
I don't think they can see us.
One more time, inhale. Exhale, just to press your back into the mat, just to get a little warmed up here. Take an inhale. Exhale, back to neutral. Again, inhale, exhale, arch your back. So it's really coming off the mat.
No, it is.
Inhale, exhale. Back to neutral. Lengthen your hands down alongside your body. Now, we're going to do a bridge. Take another inhale. Exhale, press that low back into the mat. And now keep following that movement to lift your tailbone off the mat. And we're going to lift up very slowly, about half a minute. Now, as you lift up, make sure your knees stay over your feet. They don't go out to the sides. I'm really tucking my pelvis.
Oh man, how am I hold this?
Now, as you get up to the top, you should be one beautiful straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Now, I tend to be a shoulder huncher. This is a good opportunity to keep pulling those hands down. Keep your shoulders down. Now my knees are reaching as though I'm trying to touch the ceiling with my knees. So they're continuing to reach in that direction. That's a form of lengthening. Now come back down and picture that your spine is just like a string of pearls. And so one pearl can come down to the mat, and then the next one, and then the next one. Let gravity help you and keep the rest of your spine lifted.
Gravity's helping. I got a big old booty. It's pulling me down. Oh, we're still up? She said let gravity help. My booty pulled me
Watch for those shoulders that want to get hunchy as you come back down. Let them go.
That bitch still up in the air?
And end by coming back into neutral pelvis so your low back is off the mat. And now again.
What? Okay, here we go.
Well, I don't know what buttons rest. Shouldn't know what first.
Why is she moving so slow? Is she even moving up? Because my hips are moving up.
Really lengthening. And again, even here, thinking about one pearl and then the next and then the next, lifting
Why
off the
are you
mat.
thinking about pearls?
Now you can stay here, or you can go for something a little tougher. Inhale. Bring those arms up. Pull the shoulders down to the mat though. Now inhale your arms nice and wide. Exhale. Squeeze, like you have to really press to bring them together. Inhale them open. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to take them up. Pull the shoulders down your back. And now come back down so your arms are reaching in one direction. The shoulders pull down your back. My knees are still reaching up towards the corner of the ceiling. And one vertebra at a time is coming back down. And again, my knees are staying over my feet. All the way back down.
Woo!
Now, next exercise will be chest lift. But again, we're going to do something to prepare. So inhale, shrug those shoulders up to your ears. You don't get to do this very often, so take advantage. Exhale, reach those fingers down. Stay in neutral pelvis, so don't put your low back into the mat. And use that powerhouse to come up. And again, inhale, shrug those shoulders. Exhale. And reach. Good. Now, full chest lift. Take your elbows, your hands behind your head and your elbows wide, but they're not this wide. Keep them closed in a little bit so your ribs don't pop up. Again, take an inhale. Exhale. Lengthen up. Using your powerhouse, not pressing your low back to the mat. Down on the inhale. Exhale. Inhale back down. Exhale. Down on the inhale. Exhale. Again, it's 6 to 8 repetitions, whatever works for you and your body. And back down. Great. Now, lengthen your legs. Next exercise is leg circles. Draw your knee into your chest, your right knee, and extend it up. Now that left leg is reaching down, and it's just as important as the right leg. Inhale that leg down. Exhale it back. Inhale. Exhale it back. It's not really a circle. It's more of an oval. Inhaling down towards my body, exhaling it away. Exhale. Inhale. Now if it's too much, bend this leg. And now let's change direction.
Oh, just change directions.
All about that powerhouse.
Oh, we're way off.
Good. Pull both knees in. Get a nice stretch there. And now extend the right leg down and the left leg up. And again, inhale it down. Exhale it back. All from the powerhouse. This leg, all from the powerhouse too. If you find your body moving a lot like this, you're probably not engaging very well here. And now in the opposite direction.
Oh, I just did a big circle.
Watch out for those hunchy shoulders. Really reaching that leg out.
Oh, my, that's hurting.
Good. Draw them in.
Okay.
Nice stretch. Bring your legs to tabletop. Arms out to the sides. A little bit lower than shoulder height, so they're not here, they're here. For side to side.
Okay, let's do it. My legs hurt.
Inhale. Take your knees over to the right side. Keep that left shoulder down. Then start the exhale. Draw the navel to the spine. Use that powerhouse to bring those knees back.
Oh, I can't do this.
Inhale. Over to the left. Exhale. Everything's coming from here to bring those knees back. Again, inhale. Over to the right. Exhale. Inhale to the left. Keeping that right shoulder down. Now, if you'd like more of a challenge, straighten those legs. Inhale.
The shoulders gotta stay on the ground.
Inhale. Side to side is such a wonderful exercise because you really have to pay attention to what your body can do. Otherwise you'll fall over or you won't use your abdominals and your whole powerhouse to move. Great. Reach those legs one more time. Bring them on in. And let's turn on to our sides. So, I'm bending my bottom leg, so my foot is underneath my top leg. I'm in one beautiful straight line. Now I'm going to lengthen my spine through the crown of my head. I'm going to lengthen my arm down and my leg down all the way from the hip as I come up for marching. Take an inhale. Exhale, engaging abdominals and pelvic floor. Everything lengthens. Come back down on the inhale. Exhale. Thinking about the lengthening rather than coming up. Back down on the inhale. Exhale, lengthening. See how high my head comes up? Not very high, and I'm definitely not here. Last time, we're just doing a couple of these. Yummy. Back down. Good. Now, next exercise. I'm getting into a banana shape, and what that means is my legs are slightly forward of my body to help me keep stable. Now I'm pretending this top leg is slightly longer than the bottom leg, really reaching it down so it keeps my hips stacked and keeps my waist lifted off the mat. See, I'm here, and now I press that leg down, and now I'm there. Side lying leg kicks. Inhale, inhale. Now flex that foot. Take it back for a single. Exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Notice I'm not here with my body. My body's nice and stable. Now you can also Come up onto your elbow. Notice my head is not here. Always thinking about that beautiful length.
My hip hurts.
I'm always thinking about that beautiful length of my spine. So my head is not here. Also, keep your foot always the same distance above the ground from front to back. Don't let it lift up as you take it back behind. Good. Get a nice stretch. Take it behind you.
This ain't nice.
Now, bring your legs together and bend them. A little hip opener. Keep the feet on top of each other. They'll always stay like that. My knees are forward of my body. Just a little hip opener. It's all about the knee opening, but the hips stay stable. They don't move back in order to make it easier for me. Just open that knee. And if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, lift up your arm. Now you're still always thinking about that lengthening. So I'm still lengthening out through the top of my head. Now we can do a few more than 6 to 8 of these because they're little. And they work some of the small muscles in your hips. Just a couple more. It starts to get very tiring, doesn't it? It's just a little exercise. Isn't that amazing? Just do it. Good. Now, lengthen your legs out. One nice straight line. For hot potato. You're going to lift that leg up and tap, 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 tap. Coming front, coming back. Tap, 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 tap. Now I'm rotating and tilting it so that my heel touches in the back and my toe touches in the front. Try to get your foot to go the same distance front as it goes back. Now you can keep it small or you can take it higher. Good. Now take a nice stretch. Stretch. So I'm reaching this arm on the inhale. On the exhale, I keep pulling that shoulder down my back, but I'm continuing to reach my arm away. And my leg is reaching all the way from my hip, so I feel stretch right in here and all the way down.
It looked like something was coming out of it. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite stretches.
That's disgusting.
Great. Let's flip over. Get into position for marching once again. Now your knee again is bent. The foot is underneath the other leg, kind of underneath your knee. Inhale. Exhale, engaging abdominals and pelvic floor. Everything reaches. Back down on the inhale. Exhale. Back down on the inhale.
I don't even know if y'all can see this.
Lengthen. Again, my head is not here. Even on something so simple, everything comes from your powerhouse. Good. Now get into position for leg kicks. Once again, banana shape. Legs slightly forward of your body. Reach that top leg down. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. You're really reaching that leg and yet the hip stays stable.
I can't do this.
Once again, you can come up onto your elbow, the elbow underneath your shoulder. Beautiful long leg, reaching from the hip. Last time. Stretch it back behind you.
I feel like I need to move the camera. Alright guys, hang on. I'm going to move our camera down so you
Great.
can see us
Now
better.
bend your knees. Bring your knees forward of your body. Keep the feet stacked and just open.
Maybe I should rotate it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's better. Hi. Now you can see us. Okay. So these are called clams.
They are.
Again, if I want to, I can lift up that
What
arm.
the heck was that for? Man.
And a flea.
Hey, you finally had a flea on you.
Don't let that hip fall back. Keep the challenge of lifting up in that knee.
You gotta keep your back
Still
straight.
lengthening out through the top of my head. And again, here it goes. It starts to get very tiring, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Just one more. Good. Great. Now, one long straight line for the next exercise.
Okay, one long
Up,
straight
yes.
line.
And remember, 6 to 8 repetitions. 4.
Oh,
That's
no.
what works better for you. Lift up that leg, inhale, and rotate the leg slightly forward.
So we are bringing our heels and tapping in the back
Toe.
and our toes in the front tapping
Heel.
twice. Toes, heel, heel.
And
Toe,
lengthening.
toe, heel, heel. You can see Hayden's big old foot in the camera.
And that's it on that side.
Alright.
And now for your next stretch, once again, take the leg back behind you. Reach all the way from the hip and the arm in front of you. And again, reach that arm, let the shoulder come into your ear. Feel that stretch into your ribs. Inhale. Exhale.
How
Pull the
could she
shoulder
hold
down
her
back
leg
and
up?
Keep the arm reaching away. Notice I'm not here with my head. I'm here. Keep breathing.
My leg's shaking, bitch.
Huh?
Yep.
My leg's shaking.
Now let's turn over onto our stomachs.
Okay.
Ooh,
Maybe
yeah.
I'll
Okay.
But the first thing I'm going to do is just let